This is the news on 92.3 Nigeria Info.
Hello, thanks for staying tuned, and this is the news on 92.3 Nigeria Info. On the news this evening, conflicting reason for just concluded strike of petroleum tanker drivers in Rivers State as union remains silent. Rivers State government accuses APC of unfair criticism. And court in Cotonou adjourns Igboho's case till next week. And photo of serving senator kneeling before former governor of Delta State James Ibori trends on social media. On the foreign team, landslide in India leaves scores of people dead. I'm Adedayo, Elusakin. The Rivers State Commissioner for Energy, Peter Mere, says the just concluded strike of petroleum tanker drivers was not caused by a missing content of some petroleum products as was reported. The Commissioner spoke on Nigeria Info's Hard Facts.
Sometime in 2007, one truck was arrested by the police. Unfortunately, the police optioned the truck and also optioned the product. So the owner of the product proceeded to court and got judgment for him to be paid the value of the truck, the value of the product. This judgment was not appealed by the police. Neither did they pay the money. So this year, they took the matter to Nupeng. Nupeng now wrote to the Rivers State governor, giving us 14 days ultimatum. I called the CP and called the director of SSS, and we went into action immediately.
Earlier, Chairman of the Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria, IPMAN, Joseph Abele, told our correspondent that the strike was called off after the state government promised to replace the missing content of 2 trucks impounded by security personnel.
The Commissioner of Energy and Natural Resources, Dr. Peter Mede, has resolved the petroleum tanker drivers' strike that started since Monday in Rivers State. The missing products from the 2 trucks, we've confirmed the trucks are not leaking, but the contents in the trucks are all empty, so we don't know if it was spirit that evacuated the product overnight. So the government angle and the security operatives, they have promised to replace those 2 the products to the 2 trucks. Thus, the strike has been called off yesterday, and supply and distribution and dispensing station have commenced immediately. So there is no scarcity forthcoming and again, and the distribution network is now activated and now in full.
The leadership of petroleum tanker drivers have remained silent on this. Moving on, the Rivers State government has accused the APC of using select media houses to unfairly criticize the Nyesom Wike-led administration. State Commissioner for Information, Paulino Sinserim, in a statement said the campaign, which he said is led by former APC governorship aspirant, the Kuku side, is designed to show that Governor Wike is not meeting up with the developmental aspirations of Rivers people. He said the APC in the state is intimidated by the performance of the governor in healthcare, education, agriculture, housing development, administration of justice, among others. He also said no matter the propaganda, Governor Wike will never be distracted, but instead more projects will be unveiled in the next few weeks. And responding, the APC in Rivers State wondered why the current administration is jittering over demands to account for their financial transactions. Spokesperson of the party in the state, Egbona Nwuke, in a statement said maladministration, incompetence and lack of accountability is enough media campaign for Rivers people to reject the current administration. Mr. Nwuke said out of 2.4 trillion naira earned by the state in 6 years, 200 billion naira has been donated for unworthy causes, when pensioners are still being owed and workers have not been promoted. And away from that, the court hearing of embattled Yoruba Nation agitator Sunday Igboho over immigration-related issues has been adjourned to Monday next week. A court had ordered yesterday that Igboho be remanded in the custody of Brigade Criminal in Cotonou, pending the submission of charges by the Nigerian government. A statement by the Yoruba self-determination groups said the case was adjourned to allow the federal government bring up whatever evidence they may have against Igboho. Recall that Igboho and his wife, Ropo, were arrested at the Cardinal Bernardine International Airport, Cotonou, on Monday while trying to catch a flight to Germany. Meanwhile, lawyer Silas Onu says the Nigerian government will find it difficult to extradite Mr. Igboho because he was not formally declared wanted before his home was invaded by security operatives while he was in Nigeria. And he spoke in a television interview.
I'm sure that before Sunday will complete or go through his trial, an application for extradition would have been made. But also, like I said, has Sunday been declared wanted in Nigeria formally? No. Has he been convicted by any court in Nigeria? No. So on what ground do you want to extradite him? The way our security agencies also operate is a cause for worry. They invaded his house without any invitation for investigation, or without declaring him wanted. The man is simply running for his life.
In the meantime, the Federal High Court in Abuja has granted the applications of the 12 detained aides of Sunday Igboho. Justice Obiora Iguatu, in his ruling on the ex-party application, ordered that the Department of State Service produce the detained aides of Sunday Igboho in court on the next adjourned date. Justice Iguatu also ordered the DSS to show why the applicants should not be admitted to bail. The matter was adjourned to July 29 to take place during the court vacation. Still ahead, photo of serving senator kneeling before former governor of Delta State James Ibori trends on social media. Do stay with us. Welcome back to the major news on 92.3 Nigeria Info. And a photo of serving senator from Delta State, James Manager, kneeling before a former governor of Delta State, James Ibori, is trending on social media. The reason for his kneeling has, however, not been made public. The photo was reposted online by Senator Shehu Sani. However, an associate of Senator Manager has explained that it is a sign of respect in Urhobo culture. He said the senator paid Ibori a courtesy visit, and he said the former governor is the serving senator's senior, a king and an elder to him, being his former boss. Meanwhile, elders in Rumanduru and Origwe Town, Obiakpo local government area of Rivers State, have urged the public to disregard the claims by Rumawegu Eneka that the land situated at Rugburu and the Owegu farmland belongs to them. One of the elders who spoke on behalf of the community, Patrick Ikeguru, made this known while responding to the allegations by Rumawegu people that Rumanduru are grabbing their land. Mr. Ikeguru said the public should not be afraid but continue to do business with the community because they are the legitimate owners of the land.
were the owners of the land in question. Name of the land is Ebole Rumundru, as we know, Rumundru. Up till 1962, these Eneka people, Roma Okonoma, and their brother, Roma Wegu, teamed up, fight against Rumundru community, the owners of the land. We are forced to speak of judgment, which we have gotten, and we have our map, everything as a way plan. We don't have boundary with Roma Wegu. That I do have boundary with Roma Wegu, these land grabbers. Anything that has to do with the Roma Wegu, it's not in picture. Police are aware, court went right to that place. For 3 days, court stood there for 3 days for demolition. That's official permission, authority.
Mr. Patrick Ikeguru, who said his community never shares any boundary with Rumuwegu, also spoke on the Supreme Court judgment that empowered his community to lay claim to the land in question.
They were witness to Rumogunoma when we had the matter in court. And they failed. All the arrangement to connect with Rumogunoma to win us. Proof about it. Is there another land again that's not owned by us with a Rumasqueche? Assuming that Rumogunoma is having a matter with us in court. I did not partake. And they have shown presence. They have a particular place in that same land. Subject matter. It's a different thing. So court said Rumundru people have boundary with Rumasqueche. Just as we were enforcing, they now brought about 3 different suits. They are not advising properly. This land is owned by the Rumundru community. Legitimately. What I'm telling the public is that they should come and buy land. They are safe because there's no other court in Nigeria that can supersede the Supreme Court judgment.
Also, one of the lawyers to the community, Chigozie Emen, said the law enforcement agencies are aware that his clients are doing legitimate business. As such, the law will continue to protect them.
And now the business news.
In business, the price of cooking gas has increased to a record high 500 naira per kilogram. It's said to be forcing some Nigerians to turn to alternatives such as charcoal, kerosene and firewood amid high unemployment and poverty levels in the country. The price of cooking gas rose more than 60% since early December last year following recent devaluation of the naira and lingering inadequate domestic supply.
Take it away with the entertainment news.
Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez have finally gone on Instagram officially after rekindling their romance. J-Lo's friend Leah Remini shared photos to her social media pages from her 51st birthday party on June 15. And Jen and Ben are seen cuddled up together in a lovely photo. The couple were engaged between 2002 and 2003 but cancelled their planned wedding in 2003 due to excessive media attention before splitting just months later. And they got back together months after and have been inseparable since then.
And now, updates on the sports news.
And Sports Tokyo 2020 Olympics opening ceremony held today in what the IOC President Thomas Bach described as a moment of hope. A ceremony held at the Tokyo Olympic Stadium without spectators. Japan's Emperor Naruhito among over 1,000 VIPs and delegates attended. A protest against the games held outside the stadium during the opening ceremony.
And now, we'll bring you news from around the world.
On the international scene, authorities say 36 people have been killed in landslides caused by monsoon rains in western India. As many as 40 others were missing after the 3 separate landslides on Thursday evening in the Raigad district of Maharashtra state, south of India's financial capital, Mumbai. Officials said at least 35 to 40 people are still trapped as efforts are on to rescue them. That's it for the news this evening. You heard conflicting reasons have emerged for the just concluded strike of petroleum tanker drivers in Rivers State as the union remains silent. The Rivers State government has accused the APC of unfair criticism. And the court in Cotonou has adjourned Igboho's case till next week as federal government fails to file extradition charges. A photo of serving senator from Delta State, James Manager, kneeling before former governor of Delta State, James Ibori, is trending on social media. And on the foreign scene, landslides in India have left scores of people dead. And that was the news edited by Chema Ejenwa for Cantata Newsroom on 0818 90,017. Cloudy weather expected in Port Harcourt this evening. Thanks for listening. I'm Adedayo, Elusakin. Good evening.